We're back. Retard Maxxing 101. For anybody that's new coming over to the channel, I don't edit this at all. We just talk. We just flow. Quick reminder for anybody that doesn't know what retard maxing is. Retard maxing is the art of never thinking. Logic's gone. You are just doing. You're in flow state. You're just taking action. Okay? You're not trying to calculate. You're not trying to coordinate. You're not trying to plan. You're not trying to strategize. You are just doing. You are learning from the outcome. You're hands-on, and you're just taking action. You're doing it. Doesn't go your way? Well, what's the worst that happened? You learned from the outcome. And there's so many people that will overthink every situation, every scenario, to a point where they take no action at all because they've already weighed out the what-ifs, the what-coulds, the bad possibilities, the outcome that they don't want, and then they envision, perfecting this outcome. And then it just prolongs, and the process gets longer and longer. Next thing you know, it's been a day, and it's been a week, and it's been a month, and it's been a year, and you have this thing that you wanted to do so badly, but you overthought it to a point where, I'll do it eventually. You don't have fucking time. It's time to do it now. That excuse, the reason that you tell yourself in your head of why you can't do it, that reason, it doesn't fucking exist. It's imaginary. You can do whatever you want. Retard max it. Figure it out. Because the retard's not thinking. They're just fucking doing. For aspiring creators, musicians, any field really, you can apply the same energy. You can apply the lifestyle. You can retard max every industry, every part of the internet, every course of action. I had someone tell me the other day that they wanted to start a podcast. So they were going out, they were buying all this expensive equipment, they were planning out their first 5 topics for each episode. They're strategizing, they're thinking about guests, they're doing all these things. I looked at it, I was thinking, I was like, you're going to be lapped. You're being lapped by the retard. The person that's retard maxing, he's setting up his phone. Just talking to his phone. And it sucks, it's shit, but he's working the muscle. He's just doing. He's working the creative muscle. He doesn't need the expensive mic, the sound equipment, all these different topics. He's just free-flowing. By the time the person that I talk to, by the time they even get all that equipment, they sit down and do their first podcast, they have all these resources, all these utensils that they don't even know how to fucking use. The retard's already on episode 5. And granted, the first 5 might have sucked, but he's at a point now where he knows what kind of works, what kind of doesn't. He's flexed the muscle. So now he's upgrading his production. Now he's buying the mics, the camera, and he's flowing. By episode 10, he's already rocking. The guy that's going to buy the equipment, he hasn't even done episode 1. He's still on page 1. The retard's already done chapter 1. He's going to finish the book before the logical person, the person that's strategizing, planning, they're not even on page 2, let alone chapter 2. The other thing I want to talk about is victim mentality. When you're retard maxing, there's no such thing as victim mentality. Everything is your fault. And I was having a conversation again with someone. I was on this interview thing, and there's these external things that you can't control, especially when you're creating content on the internet. And again, you can apply this to any action, any industry, but I'm going to use it for what's relevant to me. There's these external things like algorithm changes. Sometimes your video doesn't hit the algorithm. Sometimes, for whatever reason, it stops it from going to the algorithm, pushing to your followers. There are these external things. But people manipulate it. They spend time in their mind, and they start finding these loopholes to an excuse. Oh, my video didn't do well because for some reason it didn't hit the algorithm. I used the wrong word. Or people didn't get push notifications. They tell themselves this for reassurance because they're up here. They're not retard maxing. You do that enough, you start applying that everywhere. It's never you. It's always got to be these other things. It's never you. And that's where it becomes dangerous. But when you're retard maxing and you just take accountability for everything, you blame yourself for everything. Everything is your fault, regardless if there are external factors. It forces you to innovate. You make a banger video and it doesn't do the views that you want. It doesn't get the reach that you wanted. Whatever, right? It didn't amount to what you thought the success would be for that video. Or maybe it's, music or whatever it is. It's your fault. It's not the algorithms. It's not the marketing. The product and it not doing well, it not flying off the shelves, or in this case, not pulling the views, it's your fault. So now you're going to go back to the drawing board, you're going to get back in the lab, and you're going to 2x the quality on it. You're going to innovate it. You start applying that to everything, a relationship, everything in your life, and you blame yourself for everything. You force yourself to retard max it, to do it better the next time. It now becomes a lesson. So when you get rid of the victim mentality, you wipe that completely, even if those external factors exist, even if the algorithms do change, or the trends do change, or whatever it is, you ignore those because you're not in your mind anymore. You're not up here. Those exist, but they don't really. It's your fault. You didn't do it right. It was a lesson learned. You have to go back to the drawing board and you have to re-innovate it. You have to try it again. Make it better. Try something new. Be hands-on, retard max it. Get rid of the victim mentality because we're in a world now where everybody applies that same energy. No one takes accountability. It's always someone else's fault. And so I'm telling you, for someone that has changed their lifestyle, remember, it's not a mindset when you're retard maxing. You're not rewiring your mind, because when you're rewiring your mind, a mindset can be changed like that. You can wake up and change your mindset. A little flick in your routine. You eat something different that day for lunch. Those small changes can change your mindset. A lifestyle that you choose, it takes a process to change. And that's why retard maxing is a lifestyle. And a part of that lifestyle is getting rid of the victim mentality and blaming yourself for everything. Take accountability for everything. Everything was your fault. So now you got to retard max it. And you got to go after it. You got to re-innovate it. Try it again. I've said this often. You look at the end of 2026 and you look at the person that has tried to calculate every outcome. They've overthought everything. They've got a high IQ. They're logical. They read books. Then you look at the retard that just went out and did it. Broke his arm. Got in a little bit of trouble. People got pissed off. He's winning every single time. In all areas of life. Because he's just doing it. He's getting his reps in. The logical person, he's still thinking about it. The person at their desk job that hates their fucking job, that wanted to travel the world, wanted to go skydiving, all these different things, but sits there and goes, oh, I can't do that right now because I got this wedding coming up, or I don't have the money here. He'll do that forever. And then you fall into a place where there's always a built-in excuse. There's always an excuse. And it ties right back to victim mentality. There's always an excuse. But when you're retard maxing and you're fucking retarded, that doesn't exist. In order to make an excuse, you have to be upstairs. Your frontal lobe needs to be activated. The frontal lobe is not activated when you're retard maxing. It doesn't fucking exist. Intrusive action, your gut. You're doing what feels right. You go off of feeling. Not off what you're thinking. Don't think what's right. Don't think what's wrong. Do what you feel is right. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's corny, people say that's corny now. It's a cliche at this point. But people don't practice what they preach. Sometimes I fall trap. There's certain things that make me feel comfortable throughout my day. But I'm self-aware. Those little things where you're like, that's my comfortability. No. then get rid of it. Go try something new. I'll give an example. For me, I find comfortability, and this is going to sound very privileged, but it is what it is. This is unfiltered. I find comfortability in ordering McDonald's for lunch. Stop. You fucking retard. Try something new. You said you didn't like sushi. Order sushi. Poor example, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Find comfortability in being uncomfortable. Ditch the victim mentality. Blame yourself for everything. Take accountability for everything, even things out of your control. It forces you to innovate. It forces you to figure it out. Be retarded. Retard max your life. Do everything with a purpose. Shoot your shots. Put your shots up. Majority of them are not going to go in. But then you start getting your jumper down. And then muscle memory kicks in. And next thing you know, not only did you hit the one shot that you needed, you're hitting other shots now. And it's not just about the lesson you learn or now you've mastered that specific jump shot or that shot, whatever terminology you want to use. It's not that you've mastered it. It's that you now have confidence. Because majority of the time when you're trying something uncomfortable, you're going in with very, very little confidence. But if you delete the frontal lobe and you just shoot the shot, now you're accidentally building up confidence as you go. The more shots you put in, all of a sudden you're shooting from half court. And they're not going in, but you at least have the confidence to shoot them. Then you're shooting full court shots. Again, they're not going in, but the half court ones are. You work your way up. Everything's progression. Progression is key. Everything's a learned lesson to the retard. The retard's just trying everything. He's learning new shit. Retard max your life. Ditch the overthinking. Ditch the frontal lobe. Stop being scared to shoot the shot. Stop blaming others or external factors. Blame yourself. Take accountability. Force yourself into uncomfortability to a point where you have to innovate everything. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, you work at a desk job, you're in sales, you're an athlete, you create content, you create music. Apply it everywhere. Be retarded. Retard max your life. Thank you to the people coming over this channel and watching. It's been fun. And we're about, approaching 7 months here of the actual practice of retard maxing. I've done it long before that, you can go back. But consciously, not in my mind, my body, consciously retard maxing. And my life has significantly changed. I am a testimony. I don't have a course to sell you. Those Miami douchebags, they got the leased Lambo and the penthouse, and they're teaching you masculinity, how to approach women. They're fucking gay. They're gay. You need to just retard max. And where I'm going with this, there's nothing in it for me other than I'd love to hear, have you guys here with me along for the journey. We're better the world's a better place when people are retard maxing. There's more progression in tech, in art, everything. Because everybody's just doing as they feel. Intrusive action. Retard maxing. Love you guys.